Ukoto computer was store. Computer is so rejenjan. The work computer no and then man computer. So ukoto say me koto computer. Ni ye hardboard na ewom no. Machine sisa ade ni mu film near the mawa enye computer. It without sa board na si computer nim no. O computer enye computer e ntontura de kutaw. In the John Dramani Mahama mo, they were thinking NDC4 said they wanted to move Ghana from analog to digitization. Now, how are they going to do it? It is only when they have the infrastructure ready. Because without an infrastructure is so specifically for data protection, you don't have any protection. In Tuba America, strategically, especially any DC, Maryland, and I don't know, strategically, they are data centers. American government, they keep it safe because a hot and a chrono akumashe. Now, when you also go back to the Accra Digital Center, and some pictures I'm showing you now, John Mahama and NDC4. And see, because you can never go digital. You can never go digital without infrastructure. Anytime I catch them say in the 2000s, not ye lay cable be or form na man for kasa. Oh, I don't know cable yellow before form almost to Amena or Ghana. Sa time na John Mahama my imagine say almost per se almost started digitalization. And without those cables, so when you say fiber cables, I'm an to me wura for man copy streamer. Ujina Kumasi a untumi frɛ obi video call with stream. So uwo Kumasi a untumi and text obi with stream. That means say communication will be broken. Also tia say time a Mahama about power no. Now majority of the communication telecommunication companies no one person make us remove because it's a lot of work. You need to drag a lot of equipment. You need to go set up a lot. They impose there. I was say where then the cables so far from free crying. No layer could slim tamale. Wale no ko si po ho ansa no mo slim no omonya de a telephone na internet. It John Mahama ba power no say aban no take key upon ne ho say they want to lay those cables. Say ne be the whole Ghana no ubetime gina bebia aye call. So that was the revolution. Digitizing Ghana ne start here. It after John Mahama mo ele sa cable ni nyina free Kumasi ekosi srem ewura Ghana ha e form baby ano eno ne start here yetumi gina baby send mumu yetumi gina baby send text yetumi gina baby send the video message and I say a friend call for video call. It was because of cables na ye de ahye form. Now, my just said there are two types of digitization. You are the digital infrastructure and you are digital application. Now,
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them you
were till for a PENDREAM TV in Pacho. When you say the news not off from an eddy bro. News say Obabeti in Pacho, so what didn't want to Trebia and so what didn't Trefa. News be I present your platform with you for your voice note not for sending it. I was 0277 128777. The debate to PENDREAM FM so.
Monshada Nyabutre. Now, you better my deki to be maybe catch me say from March going and I've put this announcement out. From March, the green book, Loud Silence Media, you will see us in our new studio. We will be dealing with the green book every Sunday, page to page. Sabukwe, from March. You be dealing with every single thing in this book 2024 way. Ghana ni bia be hu de book we mu. You be ready bibia wom is going to be a special Sunday night show. Don't miss it. The promotions will be out very very soon. Mensro from March all the way to December, we will deal with every single thing in this book. There are so many Ghanaians who don't know what is in this book, and I'm going to take my time and make sure say obia hu de book we mu. That is the green book, and you'll be shocked. You see the biggest screen. You see the PowerPoint. You will see how we are going to break it down. Obiang will be that. So from March, if you imagine April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, you be the 1st of December. Yes, 1st of December, near completely the green book. It is going to be a Sunday show. Obia wagana bia the man say you be king kind uchi mweju. From March, that is what is going to happen. The green book undiluted and no bro. Miankasa Kevin Taylor, Okay, Mr. S, you want this to also go, right? Okay, I'll add it to the set. Into what should I study? Ghana for Mahama Yanyo Bebria Sebio Yakase Yaka Adiabechi and the digitalization. But before that, no, Mumia for just 10 minutes and not less than that. Now yan chen you make a cribia jo Mahama ye and sanyo green book nim and number niba bebri Ghana make say now when you jo Mahama ye na adani anti I answer the best start Bawumia tro na dwudwom no. Mumia for 10 minutes enya ade bi no bia ante ne ho ase. Into this is what John Mahama did. When put the anka ended the who the amedem ba chiremu we comedies ye the ninyina be bro from March ye the ninyina be bro. Take your time, sit back. Ibradango maba Mufasa maba menti obia o mama kanyoma bodam ahankwa na nyansa wo obia bodam ya hankwa na nyansa wo ahana fact no into relax and listen to me now uti no te ho utie de ekọ afenya abotre na hwe videos we metro de John Mahama aye ye wi ani ewura Bawumia digitalization ne ya finish eye natro no. The jobs at John Mahama car power you saw nyoma John Mahama de ba Ghana mu bebre mechem nyoma bia mu hu bi da we will take our time one day ni achemu de John Mahama on the ground but and no me mama enya idea bi ansa na machemu say Bawumia oni bibia o mayo MPP enya ade ba kumpo Ghana na de amiri chere we obi be say comedies where there are comedies where enya action no but monhwe de John Mahama aye time na ote power and I say all power.
Lack of treated water has often led to outbreaks of cholera and other waterborne diseases in villages and households. Bawumia water treatment plant is therefore an example of President John Dramani Mahama's commitment to the well-being of people of the Volta region, Ghana at large. Located in the Central Thong district, the plant has improved and increased to potable water in the beneficiary community. It has further contributed to the achievement of the Millennium Development Goal of at least this present potable water coverage both in urban and rural areas. The treatment plant is to serve 5 districts, namely North Thong, Central Thong, Adakulu, Agoti Meziopi, and Ho West districts.
This is in the Volta region. In Suya, John Mahama, Yema, all these people in the Volta region. Remember, John Mahama, the president, only 3 years, 8 months. Remember, why didn't question too much? We and also show one son what to about make sure. And the most interesting thing about John Mahama administration and any leadership is the facts are there for us to show you. Medin kai I'm more appetite akosro and sani atiesi Bawumia. Na ya say Bawumia nkwasi osema obeka na ochina Bawumia betwa motro ba ende no ye bete ne to ansa na wa na adwene say obetwa motro ochina. This is John Mahama ne nsa no adwuma de bi nie.
In 1961, the Mampong water system was commissioned to potable water to Mampong and its environs. Since then, all these settlements have grown up at a significant rate so that the city was struggling to supply its residents efficiently. It was for this reason our president, John, decided to develop and upgrade the Mampong water system. And now, upon its completion, residents around Mampong enjoy the continuous flow of clean drinking water.
Mampong water project na abua Mampong for pa. Chire unsumu ya omampeni abua ya mense tuna na wanyansu ye da omampeni asese o ana ontonkoso enye
sorry, Obia corrected me. John Mahama was president for 3 years, 4 months. Or spending 8 months in court. That's it. Inti Mampon for no John Mahama ko yinsu amomo. Fact ho. Ya ne pese NPP for no yes I we be no mo chere. No me Bawumia me tia say onim nyansa. That is what we are trying to do now. So akasa tintine brofo tintine nya hwe. Right now ye pe obi a bi da an experienced hander onim adwuma na oye no. Inti we are just letting you understand. Nyoma bebre wo mo di sie mo, but ye ne adwuma ne say e be bie we nim we hu say impuntuo ne hia. O to aba mampuntuo. And dem dey akere mo mampon for and the omnum punchin musubium, John Mahama, a quay musumo, and it's a proponent and exponent, and the or numusio Emma Nehotono. John Mahama.
We all know the light of a man's body are his eyes. So when our eyes have a problem, stop there. It affects every other part of us. The sad truth is, any minor problems and illnesses, which could easily be treated, left unchecked, they often permanent damage of our precious eyes. Faced by many Ghanaians due to a lack of healthcare professionals, education, and the necessary equipment. Government of our President, John Dramani Mahama, with the interest of the Ghanaian people at heart, have acted by an ultra-modern eye hospital in Kumasi, or Anoche Teaching Hospital, which is already treating now children, the elderly, and indeed everyone in need of medical care for eye problems will get the treatment they need.
John Mahama, Osakwe Eye Clinic, Confanoche, Nina and Kanchemo, Yatia Santimemu, Emma Manfo Vituo, ADD attempt, Adentina Yakano Kre Achemo, make Chiramusa Jandam Yebeguno, Kumasi Confanoche, John Mahama, AC, a whole eye center, and a video in the Dahono. Don't come and tell me, say, I can't show, open Puntia, this is what you have to do. Join the NDC train. Open Webi Ukroma, join the NDC train. That is how it works. So I am before we, Kuraba Febimbreo. We NDC John Mahama.
Pedestrians using the Tetekwashi crossing had to encounter death on a daily basis because of the difficulty they face in crossing the busy 3-lane highway. The new footbridge constructed to enhance free and safe movement of pedestrians across the 37 to Medina Highway at Tetekwashi has been commissioned for public use. The disability-friendly footbridge was part of $8.1 million project to construct 4 pedestrian bridges at hazardous locations in Accra and Kumasi. Other such footbridges has been constructed around the country, effectively reducing the number of road accidents. These and other road safety initiatives have seen Ghana ranked first among 23 countries in Africa by the Economic Commission of Africa (ECA), implementing most road safety action plans developed within the framework of the United Nations Decade of Action for Road Safety Initiative.
Yeah, sure. In this footbridge na muhunu kakrakasa ringina John Mahama na this is how you build a nation. You touch every part of the nation. Mema kwasi ebi ntira bibi ka John Mahama na obeden abuo bi ba John Mahama beden. Di oye ni bi na mechiro no obetwaso mutie kurase ye pese ebie kurase ma monte ase John Mahama mo men kwere nim ye be kire mu ni nyina.
Before the Malam overpass was constructed, students, health workers, teachers, hairdressers, carpenters, local industry workers, petty traders, and all sorts of commuters living on the north side, having to open shop on the south side, took their chance to cross the road, facing danger from motor vehicles flying at high speeds. During the rush hour, pedestrians duck between heavy traffic with all sorts of hazards, and when the traffic subsides, they have to deal with very fast-moving cars. Now, the intelligent locals use this bridge every day to get across. The bridge is designed and constructed to withstand vibrations from passing vehicles and tension from weight of the pedestrians who use it, ensuring absolutely no shaking when you walk or ride across. The fitted solar panels provide lighting for added security. The locals tell you,
cars once you cross so pana cars bo bon crofo omo bedi dwa omo ya bedi so ayeko car bo wo mo ntini e bom pa ye se omo beye amaye na sa accident no eso etwa
lady bi kra ni kunu eye na e front chair o twa kwan ni mu Sandy also the baby be akwakoye aduan o twa kwan ni mu ana car no ball na trans one
na san ye be overhead na akwanhia e toso a emma biom ipa mi ni kwa wahya e bon wan sorry bio
enti yesra aban say ye panicho senya nipa no ewu ha no e ya ahometi enti ombra na omeye overhead maye to obey overhead and fine amaye.
Malam Overpass does not only bridge Malam Market and the city, it allows cars to flow smoothly, reducing traffic, accidents, and saving lives.
This is how you transform a nation. You touch every part of the nation bit by bit. Then gradually you start to put the nation together. This is how you build a nation. Yeah, engineer baby in say I will choose Ghana card over interchange. See the number of people who were dying before Mahama this footbridge or Malam. This is how Nipa Jenny. You look at the fundamentals, the basics. John Mahama ba ye more. John Mahama ebe biem yakase obi be bie oman mu a wa woti be kroma ye de biem e bi be kan efi se be ye wo kwan efi se wa wo eye de nyankoma su ye biem a mema ofu bi megina nka se o ne de digitalization abra on tiase be wi a me kire obi a digitalization e free ba ye dodo o mon tiase we John Mahama ye dwudwam.
We'll continue the empowerment of headquarters, they are popularly called Kayaye, by extending 1,000 pilots out of school Kayaye. Currently under the youth employment program, we have a pilot scheme in which we are absorbing 1,000 out of school Kayaye into the youth employment program, and we're providing them with skills so that they can find work and come out of headquarters. And so under the next 4 years, we are looking to expand that from 1,000 to 10,000 of them. 10,000 of them will be registered under the youth employment, and they'll be given skills training so that they can go out into the world of work.
John Mahama deno kae before we free office na 1,000 srimufo nkwara asebi omu nyina ba down ha asantimemu Greater Accra. The initiative was to give them skill. Almost started with 1,000 people in his latter part of his government. The target was 10,000 in Kwara. And you say, Ubi Kwasiampe because we could see Kaya for hostel or say give them skill. When you give them skill, so be a hairdresser. Obey seamstress papa so obey obi a onim ne nsa no dwuma oto ne machine obeko di kuroma ko ne dwuma aye dwuma ho nyiska indi so bi begina ka say me Bawumia me Kufuado ye ba be si hostel amaka ya sa nipa ne nim nyansa onye ready say obeso problem na no. The only way ubetima so migration a free stream eba the south eba be kai is to give them a skill. Majority of them drop it out of school or mobile down pay juma. Until when you give them a skill, they will go back. They will take their machines, they will take whatever they have learned to establish themselves. And inside John Mahama youth employment, it wasn't for Sebio Accra for, it was for the vulnerable. People are economically baby omo Sebio sibia ejedi ekono nyomekono omo shada say enya access Intina idea and say before Sankonya second term about a year enkora impim do 10,000 kebe mo skill. Kosi hostel abomo usi hostel akachiro mo say into usi hostel omontena ho omonkoda hostel no meso aso anyoma sa na MPP for kachiro omo mo de mo ye ntafo Bawumia yenkremodi etani. He does not have a problem with that. Enka Bawumia nkoba Ghana nanka the first thing anka ose edana kumaso to elevate these kids, move them out of where they are and take them back and give them a skill. John Mahama ekreti sada. Sadano was to empower the young people in the northern region. Omom pesa nkomusia sibia yenya nkoko yenya nkonfirm yeye bro yeye yi omom so beso mu dia nnua eno no start initiative no ena nkwasiafo we ka se John Mahama bodam wanye hwe wo srem omoba ya omoso mo besi hostel amakaye fo wasantimemu sene be ya ono Bawumia teni no ni kromfo na tena santimemu atete bini na adwene da ne tim no ensa John Mahama say opese omom nsa anodwuma John Mahama me kira mu sibi ebuman.
Over $1 billion worth of investment has been made in the last 5 years, and major results have already been achieved through the completion of projects which have taken urban and rural water coverage to 70%. The first phase of the water supply expansion project has been completed to supply 40 million gallons of water, expanding the structure per day to 700,000 inhabitants in communities including Madina, Kwabenya, Ashoman, North, West Legon, Asofan, Domi, View University, Ajirigano, and Pantan. Additionally, the Kpong Intake Rehabilitation Project has been carried to improve efficiency by replacing all existing pumps. As part of this project, water treatment plant has been built to increase supply to communities such as Dodowa, Ningo, and Pram, all in the Accra region and the Ekwapim Ridge, Eastern region.
That's John Dramani Mahama Kpong ene eye Pram hunyina water amudi nsuo ekomo and the Ghana eti yenya nsuo num. John Mahama tumi dane eye epu nsuo emade dane nsuo ma eye for enkranfo ni bi na omo num omo ye no mo didi na tem and the nsuo krampo ma me djuma kire wo we de enye show no me pesa oti ase nti me ka che John Mahama oba betoa so a e so ogidi John Mahama oba obeden obetoa de nyuma paso eni nti na enyina pesa John Mahama ba power enya jimi bi oba ka ye adwuma no ne nhwa won sa no adwuma John Dramani Mahama.
President John Mahama is working on many road projects to open up the country to reduce road traffic accidents, boost economic activities, and bring foodstuffs to the market sector with ease. Unparalleled investments have been made in road projects across the country in 2 years. Roads such as the road from the Pig Farm to Newtown Junction have received out overlay covering 3 kilometers to improve the driving quality, reduce congestion, and increase the lifespan of the road. Despite a large number of projects underway, there's still to be done in this sector. There is, however, considerable evidence to show that no effort is being spent to fix the country's roads.
John Mahama, a crying when you tia, baby a boy in your crying monka. That is how you build a nation. You pull the strings slowly, gradually. You intertwine them. Now, Adani Kenten, and that was how John Mahama and the NDC were built in Ghana. Remember, John Mahama or the president 3 years, 4 months. John Mahama when the 80 to say in Kwasiafo you. 3 years. The ability trading in ano. 3 years, 4 months. And a John Mahama. Yeah. Now, this is John Mahama. Education.
Germany. Mantadoshi. Wakogo. Hey, baby.
Changing Ghana. Mahama is changing Ghana.
Walk on, go. If I want Kashiba Okwa, and this party and I Luchuma want to mo German, Yakwa Joshua, La Fella, Pasuma Baki, and what Repaquan to bury. You are job on a Mantadeshi, 2016 last year, Muna Chiki, what do mommy, Pomo Wayon, someone saw, now, hey, Jabado, what do mommy, Pomo Wayon, Germany.
Mahama is changing Ghana. Mahama is changing Ghana.
John Dramani Mahama, Mauna Yira Madon Kodeji Gojo Mare, Masako Malavene Jaka Papa, we ponti fafa.
Mahama is changing Ghana.
We are not supposed to be sitting here and talking. No be talk say Mahama convince me. Oyo chin. Mahama convince you. What was anyo Mahama san convince you? Why didn't you juma? Ashanti region, Central region, Western region, Eastern region. Baby, I am too much John Mahama ne NDC Krampono. Ashanti region, Eastern region. Project John Mahama ye oho. Sa MPP nkwasiafo omuntumi nya ba kumpo. And that is how you build a nation. You need to touch every sector. You need to touch every corner of the nation. And in China, we muntiasia omuti radio to kikan kwasiasam John Mahama or say Ghana John Mahama ekromfo na ekufuado de media chram kakre ekufuado yemu 1% anke beda okroma. Nyoma media chram 1 minute, 2 minutes. Anke ekufuado ne Bawumia we komo yemu 2% anke kroma anke beda. Or some tia say NPP no. Omo nim nyanza o. Omo ambasa omo beboa mo. Omo ba so mo bewia mo. Jack Toronto ni sa concert for we no. Their brains don't work. They didn't come because wunti na person beboa o. They came to steal money. Omo feel say they are entitled to say omo ye president. They don't care about you. John Dramani Mahama.
The Sunyani Road project in Kumasi, popularly referred to as the Sofa Line Interchange, will be completed this year. The interchange forms part of an 11-kilometer project stretching from the Komfu Onochi Teaching Hospital to Abuakwa on the Kumasi Sunyani Road. The construction of the interchange aims at reducing heavy traffic within the city and also to boost economic activities around the area.
Especially to the taxi drivers. We far drop me now, quite see I know the super line to a wapa, so not see I would quite come on.
Let's go! Previously, when it was what it used to be, it was disastrous. A whole lot of accidents, pedestrians are being knocked down by private car users, commercial car, bus drivers, and a whole lot of traffic. The government in power now, they are really doing very good. If they would continue doing this, take this to other regions across the country, I tell you, it will be an excellent job. You can see transformation going around the country. I've been traveling around Ghana, I've been to Accra and several places. I can see road networks going on smoothly. I want to say big ups to them. Thank you very much.
The people of Kumasi look forward to the highly anticipated opening of the Sofa Line Interchange.
Sofa Line, John Mahama, yantu abama no Kumasi o. Enso angoja Kumasi andidi Kumasi for atem. Jack Toronto ko jina avota ridi o matem sa montu abama me abra onfa koraba nko ho. John Dramani Mahama, enye Kumasi onya ni vote free o. Enso waye Sofa Line. John Mahama ka cho say o de 1 year be ye swamia. O pete, dey na obetuma aka. John Mahama kase or the 1 year ebeye swamia mo wo pete dey na obetuma aka. And this is what we are talking about. Ejuma we nyina wo ho kwa asantememu Sofa Line overhead say interchange nyina wo ho enkofo we ka kire asantefo say ye ba ye beye swame o say chemensa bonsu na pempem say ye ne je besen enkwasia keka saa 8 years kofo asantini ba yesema me enka na asem wakonna ni go de gunu kom tawla palatabo eye be na wanko asantimemu wanfa kuraba mba asantimemu yebisa enti e be friend kofo emergency nkura sesam wabesi eye laboratory ma o kofo emergency ye ka no kre mo pempuntio mo mprimpuntio ye to aba ye mprimpuntio na tribalism ma wo win enyampuntio na me ka kire mo no yanko enim John Dramani Mahama wedwa ohwinim.
Ghanaians have always had a love affair with the Adomi Bridge, which was commissioned in 1957. As of 2012, over 120,000 workers, traders and tourists cross the Volta River daily using the Adomi Bridge, in addition to over 3,000 vehicles of all sizes. The economic significance of the Adomi Bridge is a lot more than $20 million a year. At the end of its useful life, having been a victim of no maintenance, the Adomi Bridge was closed to traffic on the 10th of March 2014 for 22 months of rigorous renovations. The repair works covered the replacement replacement of the entire bridge deck of 23 sections. Out of the 40 hanger cables holding the bridge to the R, about 25 cables have been replaced. The new deck is of asphalt on steel. The 2 walkways on either side of the bridge are of concrete on steel, and new toll booth can be sited about 1.2 kilometers from the bridge on either side. Thanks to President John Dramani Mahama, the bridge will see many more years of beneficial and productive use.
Adame Bridge. Ahina John Mahama fan in Sanka or Ghana. Enkofo we bala John Mahama near the half cooked. Mon fan chika creping gumne the and bini endine a Jimmy 4. I'm buy number rented jets. I'm buy number the Japa. I'm buy number the good for oil. I'm buy number so your friend be digitalization. I'm buy na Jimmy on the Ghana for 2 mi keke. They should just come and complete. John Mahama yo we now. On say me kano obi beka so na water region for enyo mo nkwa to on say me church or video it's around the nation Mampon aba Sofo line aba Takrady aba Sunyani aba water region aba Greater Accra aba won si bia a building nation ejimifo. This is not a time for you to be sitting and saying say afa na Mahama and convince me we otwe John Dramani Mahama.
Major constraints we noticed in terms of having the national security agencies carry out their mandate has been a shortage of vehicles to allow them to be more mobile and be able to carry out their duties effectively. And so I asked that a procurement be made to cover the security agencies. This is the first phase. And as the national coordinator said, it covers the Bureau of...
You are still watching with all due celebration. Afe ena yeba bedi jumano is got to do with digitization. Mahamudu Bawumia atra ocha Ghana for and oya Ghana ni na utie me anyabu trene tie me. Yebeye a lot of reading and a lot of fact checking waha. Enti sa oya Ghana ni na utie me nyumbre. Tonight's show is going to be all about digitization. Nipa do no enter digitization as say digitization if you hear about na nse ni atisa Bawumia kasa digitization on na de bae dia na digitization no dia na de ne bae dia na ama digitization and the MPP for per say ye de kasa omonom de bae started da ben dia na ma Ghana for etumi kasa na digitization e kan ase kyeresen. And no, a DNA deba. If I saw better in also, Ghana for be ebusa questions. I'm sorry, I just want to fix something here. Ghana for ebusa questions say, digitization as such the saying. Now, in maybe by Ghana ha na ye tu kwan ye nam kroma ye hu say ye tutu amena. Na ye tutu amena. Na ye tutu amena na ye busa mukai around 2010 eba 11 12 13 na ye tutu amena wo Ghana ha na go for busa say na amena ye tu you know eno so na ye den eno na friend fiber optic cable. Now ye ka say digitization a e dia dia ye ka say digitalization a e dia dia sende ugina Kumasi na say utumi efre obi video call e wo srema ni nyina e fall under digitization. Sende oko passport office na se tumi catch say uwo Kumasi a obetuma nya passport wo ho a it all falls under digitization. Sende se ugina Kumasi ana ugina bekwai na yet catch say ya send you message your phone so say se say me Ghana card na ready because of digitization. Into digitization dey ya say ema obia wo henha no. Na at the end of the day no Ubebusa say digitization and amufrememu ana say dan bi ana nkrata bi and si baby a ema digitization. In fact, there are 2 types of digitization. You have what we call digital infrastructure and you have digital application. What would team ye? There are 2 things. You will be a friend of digital infrastructure and you will be a friend of digital application. Now, and the Ebenya Butre, and credit to Dr. Omane Boama. He did a good job by breaking digitization under NDC, up or breaking it down. And our Brofum. So what we are going to do tonight is going to help with our explanation, Magana for at digitization as here. So we just want to say thank you to him, because during Muhammad's time, he was very, very involved in making sure, say, Ghana, we were moving from analog to the digitization. Into what he shared on his wall also helped our production team to be able to put the pieces together for us to get here. Into there are two types of digitization: your digital application and your digital infrastructure. Now, like I said, digital infrastructure, say, bibi to say, NIA Center. Like I say, NIA Center, the National Identification Center. Baby, I'm say, what we call Baby, I'm say I am here what we call a year Ghana card IDs, your friend National Identification Authority NIA. So I build the way John Dramani Mahama any NDC phone is see. Now when your friend the digital infrastructure. Inti yakasa digital infrastructure say say way infrastructure eye adia utumi som adia adia utumi kase adia we ne siwa car nie car no engine esimu nie sa auto car na say eye den eye electric car kra there is a battery in it a movie electric car no sa auto car na say electric car your bibi a friend no engine eno ene sima e maka ni movie. There is no way a obetima say wakoto car na car no battery sim and a car no e den engine sim na car na betuma akọ. Hardly does it happen. Until you can never say what build the infrastructure, digitization without an infrastructure. So when see a facility and an infrastructure, amfa infidene sim because infidene simuno and no NSBO a information I obey here the way digitization in also. Until untimi enka say digitization and I will expand it ukrono through the digital way without having infrastructure. Infrastructure is very, very important when it comes to the digitization. John Dramani Mahama mo esi sadan way for a purpose. Your bibiso a your friend no a NCA office, a National Communication Authority. We so opesa started the digitization. When your friend digital infrastructure, here baby what the machines begu. In fact, sir, okay say. Digital infrastructure et say car na engine room no where nya engine room o car no enko say electric car cra o car enko into sa infrastructure we strategic infrastructure we sa kind of edifice any sign nyoma we no they are the backbone of digitization. Without this you cannot speak about digitization. So over America your places are America for a hoarding of data. Yakasa America for data information biya wa America biya na America ni biya no yo baby a keep no engu tentem engu basketim egu machines asa machines esi a dime sa a dime they are specially made for people to be sitting there and protecting with data. It is a study recently almost Russia for America almost cyber war. Yakasa obi no was cyber war betwitwo obetwehwe baby a data no wo na sebio wape kweti kwaso na we raw data nim na wa dey wakofa information na waton anase we use against you ebia wo weapons obi betumi afa wo data mu anase electronically wafam akodum wakosombo America for plant wa ha obi betumi akọ America for data center na wako room or the virus room no akọ information na wa say America for sebio omo generation power no into a krobia no kwa obi bia for the data center ena digitalization data nyinawo into John Mahama and NDC for no they built these things to hold our data yakaso data information a per se ebekwa bontene person obeto no bia catch us asubesi ye the information akoyi sika e obekwai into ekrobia no well to secure almost citizens no they need to have a data center. And remember you can never have digitization in the country without the hardware. Ukoto computer was store computer is so the janjan the work computer no and na man computer So koto say me koto computer ne yi hardboard na ewom no machine esi sa ade ni mu film ne de ma wa enye computer it without sa board na esi computer nim no o computer na enye computer entontura de kutaw in John Dramani Mahama mo they were thinking NDC4 said they wanted to move Ghana from analog to digitization. Now how are they going to do it? It is only when they have the infrastructure ready. Because without an infrastructure is so specifically for data protection, you don't have any protection. In America, strategically, especially any DC, Maryland, and I don't know, strategically, they are data centers. American government, they keep it safe because a hot and a chrono akomashe. Now, when you also go back to this Accra Digital Center and some pictures somebody showing you now, John Mahama NDC4 and see because you can never go digital. You can never go digital without infrastructure. Anytime I make a say in the 2000s na ye lay cable be or form na man for kasa. Oh, I don't know cable yellow be for form to amena or Ghana. Sa time na John Mahama my imagine say almost per se almost started digitalization. And without those cables, so when you say fiber cables, I'm an to me wura for man copy streamer. Ujina Kumasi a untumi frɛ obi video call with stream. So wo Kumasi a untumi and text obi with stream. That means say communication will be broken. Also tia time a Mahama about power no. Now majority of the communication telecommunication companies no one person make us remove because it's a lot of work. You need to drag a lot of equipment. You need to go set up a lot of poles there. I was set all the cables so far from free crying. Now a layer could slim tamale. Wale no ko si po and send no mo slim no omonya de a telephone na internet. It John Mahama ba power no say aban no take key upon ne ho say they want to lay those cables. Say the whole Ghana no ubetime jina bebia aye call. So that was the revolution. Digitizing Ghana ne start here. Inti after John Mahama mo ele sa cable ni nyina free Kumasi ekosi srem ewura Ghana ha e form bebia no ene ne start here yetumi jina baby send mumu. Yetumi jina baby send text. Yetumi jina baby send the video message and I say a friend call for video call. It was because of cables na ye di ashe form. Now, my just said there are two types of digitization. You are the digital infrastructure and you are digital application. Now, when it comes to the digital application, so Obika just say application basically an idea. Now, sa idea no, so when you a center an infrastructure or a server, a place to host it for you sa idea no entumi nye adwuma. It is obi create a app etumi ma otumi de yemumu and also obi create app etumi ma government companies and government institutions etumi send information from here to here. Sa app no create na se we nya baby a ebe host app na enti sa app na we create no so we create a mumu app zip line we create the app bia we create no your baby a was app no see sa app no e ho na o set na e ho na o say you protect app no na app no adwuma nti we nya infrastructure digital infrastructure sa app no enya adwuma nti mame man basic mame chechiremu nchiro e de say o car parking lot ana o baby a o de rent sen conform park car. Now, sa parking lot no, the moment I obe koho na ebia o car o person de kwesiwo na ehwe soma no o car no technically ene na edien ene na app no. Sa parking lot no ene digital infrastructure no. Now the moment I would o car ne be ko sa parking lot no, na wo dia mo say omo mfansi ha ma omo hwe soma ma nsiombu no ma eye information e wo car no obi mbreki enko information no o wallet no nyoma nyoma gum no. Sa car no it can only get that security and it can only be called a car. Abrab akonform to the ties no. Only when it is kept at a safe location. It is a parking lot no and a with the digital infrastructure. Car na would ya kwesiwo se omonhwe soma no. Car no na ye app no. Without the digital infrastructure, baby a car no you don't have an app need to mean yejuma. And there is nowhere anyone in this world but my culture will say my yet digitization. Now Busan say, now what did you do? Did you invest in any infrastructure? No, can you say no? That person is mad on your digitization. Yeah, he has no idea about digitization. You can never say you have brought, and I say you brought or you have started digitizing the nation without the infrastructure to hold the data. I hope so. Kind of what you say. And it was very important for John Mahama and NPP, NDC to build Accra Digital Center, to build NCA office, to build the NIA office, because they needed the place that our information will be kept safe. Now, so the second one called digital application. Sa applications are in near say, you say a buying bet made in Sawaso into bio customs. Now, ultimately GRE into custom for etimico system. So normally GRE for I exchange information. A app normal build ya a digital infrastructure. In this app no without a digital infrastructure no sa app re juma. It is always say Ghana for etimi send sika. Say your person kwa the passport na otumi ko phone so na otua ne sika ne fa app so a e so otia say sa app no ne bonyo no esi eye data center e ho enema app ne app. Without the data center, without the physical infrastructure, without the place to keep it safe, you don't have an app. It will never work. And then I'm saying your uncle for data centers and the renting call for we be app okay open say we keep app ni safe na ye adwuma say me was server inti for app no beto so na me protect ma na nye adwuma inti without one infrastructure no you can never talk about digitization inti nipa on to me see one infrastructure to hold one data that person can nowhere on this earth say I have done what I have contributed to digitization. Now, you better readings be. Is my voice breaking? Okay. Now, Yanye Adiebi, and this was shared by a year Dr. Omani Bawumia. And I want people to understand the explanation of media mamono, because samoti asiye ye and san ye betuma ako ready amamohu the NDC their contribution to digitization in Ghana. Makaro say Bawumia on contribute to a penny. NPP, they have not contributed a penny. They lied to you. Now, the explanation I gave you, may babo video mo share. Now video no share na study ni I want to say there can never be digitization or application running effectively without an infrastructure that is holding that application. Now, it's a copyright strike, but I wanted to play this video for you people to have an understanding, a clear understanding of what is happening. YouTube stream will reappear. YouTube for no kakra mo share no and that me to me I then achichi watch them. But dena ewo video no nyina no dena actually nyina say fiber optic cable na John Mahama use ye no. That is the only way ubetuma digitization. That is the only way we betuma ginan crying. Now afre obi wo Kumasi. That is the only way obi betuma send a picture every aye Kumasi e dia ko na vrungu. So you need to understand the say first of all you need to lay the cables, fiber optic cables, around the nation. And son of what Crampo say, you are thinking of going the second phase. Into the first thing, John Mahama and the NDC, and say they first laid the fiber optic cable around or cables around the nation. Now let's give YouTube for a minute to show up, and when it shows up, we can start it from there. A copyright strike. YouTube have been hit, and I think say TV is live. It's just YouTube that has been hit, and I know they are going to pop up. They will be back very soon. Mr. S, let's play one commercial and wait for YouTube. When they come back, we can continue with the show. It's YouTube for no, they are going to show up again. Na yatwa show so.
Itino
me the fan say na me the fan say the umona 1979 me soon die. When I had that.
All right, YouTube is back. YouTube, you are back. Thank you very much for staying. I really appreciate. YouTube is back. It was a strike, so they suspend their stream for a few minutes and then they bring it back. In Timor, free YouTube, they can come back. I know people left to go watch Facebook now, but you can come back to YouTube. Video na I'm sharing now, it's got to do with fiber optic cable. Now, they're not bringing any Kenyan say. That's just why before say, hey, Kevin, tell that I got to CNN and yes, CNN. Now, me person with idea about cable na become one no. Without laying those cables around the nation, you cannot go digital in your country. You cannot send video from Kumasi to Wale. You can't do it. Into John Mahamani and DC for the first thing they did, because they wanted to move this country from analog to digital, no, the first thing they did, was to lay the fiber optic cables around the nation. And then the first step, so digital. Now watch this video. This is when John Mahama, after launch lake fiber optic cable in this country for people to be able to send video calls to north, south, east, and west. He launched it for Ghana for to see say. And baby ayabedu after building Accra Digital Center, after building NCA office, after building NIA office, we have arrived. And under John Mahama leadership, Bahama's leadership, ubetuma send the video call. Ubetuma free obi video. It was stream. That is how you start to build digitization. Bawumia, he cannot stand anywhere else and say he brought digitization to Ghana. On tiasie. Intime mama tiasie sana ochina wabejimi no ho. Now, this is John Mahama after they laid the fibers or the fiber cable around the nation. Test. After that, we'll go into the details. This is the launch.
Begin my speech with a quotation I made during the State of the Nation address, and this was in 2015 in February in Parliament, and I said, quoting, "I wish to report that the Eastern Corridor Fiber Optic Project has been completed. The overall optic fiber installation is over 800 kilometers. The fiber has also been extended to the University of Health and Allied Sciences, and this project will open up the Eastern Corridor to the information superhighway and offer not only teaching and learning opportunities, but also bring the digital economy closer to the people living in this area." And so today, the Eastern Corridor Fiber Optic is a reality, as I reported to Parliament. We have developments that are tangible, and there are developments that are intangible. Developments that are tangible are those that we see brick and mortar, and we see iron rods and everything, and we can touch it and say, yes, development has come to our hometown or to our region. But there are developments that we cannot touch because that cable is buried 1.2 meters in the ground, and so we can't see it. And yet the effect and revolution that it would have on our lives is far more than any brick and mortar you can have. Because communications is driving the economy of the world today. And so if a government invests 38 million euro to open up an information and communication superhighway in an area, it is far more rewarding than any concrete, iron rods or brick and mortar you can have. And so that is the value of the asset you are having today. This is a fiber optic network that, as you've been told, travels for 800 kilometers starting from here, Ho, all the way to Boku in the Upper East region, and then connected to Accra to the data center and through there to the rest of the country. When I came here this morning, we went into the switching room
to take a look at the servers that are driving this optic fiber network. And we significantly had a teleconference with two of my ministers. The first video conference was with Ms. Hannah Tete. She was sitting in her office at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and we called her and had a video conference. We talked with her, chatted, very clear pictures, very audible sound, good quality communications. And then from there, we called the Upper West Regional Capital, WA, and we spoke to the Deputy Minister of the Upper West region. And there again, very good quality communications, good sound, good video, and it was a very inspiring thing. This fiber optic is going to allow us to do a lot of things. As I said, it's 800 kilometers long. It is going through 120 communities, all the way to our northern border. And it is going through 20 districts. Now, in every district, every public facility is going to be connected to the fiber optic. And so for every district, schools, hospitals, district assembly offices, police stations, you know, just name it, every public facility in the district is going to be connected to the fiber optic. And so it means that we can do e-government, we can do our internet, we can do e-learning, we can do e-health. I mean, any application that we want to do, we have the opportunity to do it now because the infrastructure exists to carry it. Fiber optic can carry video, it can carry voice, it can carry data. And it gives you a huge, what we call a broadband.
So now we know that without fiber optic cable being laid in the ground and having a data center being built for servers to sit inside, you can never go digital. As simple as that. You can only go digital only when you lay fiber optic cable in the ground. John Mahama did it. And the second thing, you need to have a data center. The third thing, you need to have servers in the data center and then the hardware, no, before you can make a video call, before you can do your e-government, your e-health, your e-learning. Without that, you cannot talk about digitization that you have a hand in it. Into Bawumia eba TV so. Now Obiena Noka say digitization. Amubusan say, has he even laid 1 inch of fiber optic cable in the ground to talk about digitization? So Bawumia eba TV so china. No, catch us say he has introduced digitization and things have changed and he brought digitization. Mumusan say, have you laid 1 fiber optic cable in Ghana to send a message from Accra to Mu? So this is the genesis of digitization in Ghana. And an upload in the video without laying the cables in the ground. Never mention digitization. John Mahama laid the cable. John Mahama had the data. John Mahama had the infrastructure to hold the data. And that is the only way you can go digital. Now, there's a lot. John Mahama, digitization, digitization or starting, any ole cables, no, now, or see, NCA, Accra Digital Center, any NIA, you watching me, Uber sounds and I'm for so ben a wunya, I feign you ever come for so. I think I'm about to say, a dear John Mahama, no, about 8-10 years ago, no, I think I yenya home for so. And this our chimi bejina TV said digitization and onim dia oka because so won't mean lay 1 fiber optic cable on the ground. You should not talk about you inventing digitization in Ghana. I wanted you people to understand. John Dramani Mahama went ahead and Olanche the Accra Emergency Center. A hona obe say almost die bim, but they are connected to the whole country, specifically the Greater Accra region. or Lanchi Momo who said in Ghana you can sit in Accra and monitor events in the Takrade. You can sit in Accra and monitor events in the Srim. You bet to organize the state match with Srim. We can sit in Accra and monitor the state match through the cables lay or form epic internet signal and they bring one kind. If anybody say Bawumia Bejira platforms watch na and he speaks about digitization, Mumu say now digitization no a day now dia digitization or digitization asem. Well lay cable, where's the data center, what was server? How are you able to tell us say you as somebody we should look at and can say Yamfa Ghana and show on side because digitization be. But digitization is so you have not basically added a dime to the digitization. Now, my uncle into the details. Na mention my dear. You be reading kakra. You are not show. John Mahama launching. In fact, let me show you first. John Mahama we no. Omu ye bibia we no. O launchi at the emergency center Accra. This is the launch.
Cabinet ministers have been hooked onto a platform to enable them access key government information and archives from cabinet meetings. The platform, which also provides for an electronic storage of cabinet papers with search and retrieval functions, also provides alert systems on outstanding tax and announcements.
And so that's why today we provided both the manual copies and then also the e-platform.
Here.
One of the major constraints we noticed in terms of having the national security agencies carry out their mandate has been a shortage of vehicles to allow them to be more mobile and be able to carry out their duties effectively. And so I asked that a procurement be made to cover the security agencies. This is the first phase, and as the national coordinator said, it covers the Bureau of National Investigations, who are going to get 88 vehicles. These include a Mitsubishi bus, and then Nissan Navara pickups, and then Nissan patrol station wagons, Nissan Sentra saloon cars, Sunny Camry, and then some Yamaha motorbikes, 30 Yamaha motorbikes. That should enhance the vehicle stock of the Bureau of National Investigations to enable them to carry out their work effectively. The prison service has traditionally been very starved of vehicles, and there are circumstances in which it has been reported that prisoners have to be sent to court in trotro vehicles or in taxis. I hope that with some of these vehicles they are going to receive, it would reduce that incidence. And so for the Ghana Prison Service, they're receiving 10 Mitsubishi Rosa buses, and Nissan Navara, 20 Nissan Navara pickups, and then Nissan Sentra saloon cars, 7, Nissan Sunny 6, Toyota Camry 7, Toyota Prado for command work 7, and then they'll get 20 Yamaha motorbikes. I think that this infusion of vehicles would be an advantage to the service. We also have the Narcotics Control Board that is responsible for preventing importation of drugs or trafficking in drugs in our country. And they'll get 2 Mitsubishi Rosa buses, 15 Navara pickups, 3 Nissan patrol station wagons, and then 8 Nissan Sentra, 8 Nissan Sunny, 4 Toyota Camry, and then 2 Toyota Prado command vehicles. And then also receive 20 motorcycles. And last but not the least is the National Security Council Secretariat itself. They'll receive a Mitsubishi Rosa bus, 10 Nissan Navara, 3 Nissan Sentra, 3 Nissan Sunny, 4 Toyota Camry, and 5 Toyota Prado Command. And also the Ghana Police Service, we're bringing additional President of the Republic and Commander-in-Chief
So after laying the cables around the nation, he then equipped the security agencies. That right now you have laid the cables. You BNI, you can sit in Accra. National Security can sit in Accra and communicate with your people in the north. Communicate with your people in the south. You people can communicate through the internet. You people can share video information. You people can share the intelligence through technology, through video, through internet, through everything. That is what John Mahama did when it came to digitization. So before we delve into the details, emwa unye free John Mahama yemu. And I'm a catcher says, Obi Biena no Ghana catcher will say. Bawumia Biena no Chinaka said digitization. He has achieved, he has struck success. He has changed Ghana from here to here. He's lying. He has no idea how digitization came about. And Nitina Menya Butcha made the fasa a idea we more tiasie. In the end of phone, I to miss any video because of John Mahama cable or the far form. Because NDC for the cable far from see a data center infrastructure you to me the information if how sirem and then your friend digitization and then your friend saying changing from analog to the new world and no John Mahama all the way in 2012 13 14 2015 John Mahama you say we would send video to people in the north. We'll be sharing data. Or spending how much? He spent about 38 million euros to put cables on the ground in Ghana nationwide. Inti Bawumia kasa digitization on the buyer. Nyansa ben the womb. Now I'm breaking it down. I want to enhu enfaswa sa digitization John Mahama ye no ene wo enemy and the enfaswa ye nya so ewo Ghana. Yenko ye be reading a lot of reading. Now ye frɛ bi eye the digital applications. Now, without the infrastructure, without the data center as service room, the application is a waste. Now, over and above the aforementioned benefits being derived from the NDC massive digital infrastructure achievement, John Mahama's digital applications record is unmatched. Digital application ride on the back of robust digital infrastructure and hold the most significant potential for job creation, security enhancement, and delivery of social welfare services. In the applications, and then a buama abayin juma etimi collaborate eye juma boom. And then the tumima government agencies etimi juma because without the infrastructure, the applications cannot work. In the local government office, I can say, oh, you send information, a passport officer. It is because the infrastructure, the Accra Digital Center, the NCA office, the NI office, a whole machines, in the app, it will go there and become active. Without the infrastructure, you cannot do anything. And that is what John Mahama did. In Tuba, be a friend, your friend be digital application compass two main things. You guys a digital application are two things. One, e-commerce and e-government. Now, Nsemu to say about Bawumia e-government, e-commerce near the omoboa. This is what John Mahama did. And internet and the ultimate na Ghana. No, I can say na me sendi momo ako techiman. Momo na mu frame mu ana. Den na juma because momo na app and a phone so. Internet na ultimate send sika app so na copy obi app so no akash menyeska. It is because of the cables that John Mahama lay. It is because cables ye lay no and obi create app no. In this app no easy to sit on the cable, sit on the infrastructure and become effective. Without the infrastructure, without the cables, without the servers holding the data and transmitting whatever you send, so technically, so send the BB or phone so automatically cables pick some information na ediko encrying. Accra Digital Center, na they call Accra Digital Center, they call NCA office. Na sa information sa system na a dining na friend Accra Digital Center NCA office na fe asendia bro baby awo. Na e to be send a sense cables na e form cables no na be the conveyor belt and then na be the springboard. Even though cables talks to Accra Data Center, Accra Digital Center. Na cables ati say what send this free Kumasi into sa office na one kind na sa infrastructure na John Mahama si na ascendia ma cable na cable ni discard bro and internal to me send this sikakumo bi wa infa banchiase. It is because baby a ujina no ekroda ujina so John Mahama the cable fasiye. Without those cables, untumi send this car, untumi nya transfer, untumi call passport office and go say my nyoma ego application. So no, because application de app keke here bibia ebetrem e mana di ejuma. In the end, so send this sikana say e call ma me hwa sikana o send no obekwae no ebeko Accra Digital Center. Na sa cable na Mahama lay free Accra Digital Center no asense the cable na wo ban ho be kwai na sa cable no as to any sa sikara send a communicate na cable na that form no ascending electronically to ma me be kwai. Without that untumi send iska anytime ka che Bawumia say sa nyoma wo nyina na Bawumia o ma politics mu sa nyoma wo nyina Bawumia did not contribute a dime. NPP as a government o ma mfa 1 cedi anhjem. Now okwa sewa I say e-commerce. In furtherance of e-commerce, business transactions that take place on the internet, President Mahama assured the integration of digital applications into private and public business processes to achieve greater efficiency, timely and effective service delivery to citizens. Interna macho no and then etumika say oh government any private company be ejuma na den omudinsa also because of the data center, because of the fiber optic cable, because there's a server inti say private company person ya ban ejuma ya see akofa bia friend zip line. And the zip line to me zip line to me kwache moja and at the end it is because of the internet, because of the fiber optic cable na form no and then to me sa zip line detect baby I was said or drop it no because without that internet connection between the private company and the John Mahama data center Accra Digital Center no, if there's no communication that zip line a better form, it needs something to collaborate, to talk to. And without the fiber optic cable at John Mahama lane or form no, nothing can be in the sky and doing zip line. It will never work because zip line for office no, their machines there they need to communicate to Accra Digital Center. They need to communicate to the fiber optic cable at John Mahama far form no. So without the infrastructure. And the infrastructure is got to do with the fiber optic cable, no, any a dyno, any computers, any simuno, any service na edge information na edge. And this is what John Dramani Mahama into Bawumia just digitization on TSU. He does not even know how it came about. Wabana order Dagana for Bawumia is a liar. Now see this. We are still with the digital app application. Now John Mahama achievement after digital application DNA as a nation. Also his achievement in this regard can be grouped as follows. Sir, digital application John Mahama de buy no ye ba be hwe info yenya ene sibia o group no and the benefit and as benefit Mahmoud Bawumia on kan kru ochna obe digitize mu say fiber optic cable way obiana no ka digitization say hey un baby free buy or fiber optic cable so me ma me din komo e wo na vrongwa. I know why I'm able to talk to her because Obi Bedi president and the cable far from anytime to me ma me din komo anytime to me friend ma me every day asante achem na me to me friend my boyfriend e wo begro abra ogina video so entwetwansi. It is because cable nam from because Accra Digital Center wo ho Mahmoud Bawumia oni we bio odwese nyina ejim se chema untumi into ochina beba oh digitization okam so cable way okam say ehin na we lay fiber optic cable ewo Ghana ha. Now mama nkomenim we will do it. We will try. I'll try and infuse it with the S. Now to begin with, the government to government initiative included. Oh, sorry. His achievement in this regard can be grouped as follows: government to government, and your G to G, and your what government to citizens, and your what government to business. In the John Mahama fiber optic cable, lewe na osi the data center, this service simwa start boy jumano. Afena abuying any abuying to me dinkomo. You can say government to government, and then you to say customs. To me GRA dinkomo on the internet. And internet utia sika ewo edia portal GRA for to me who say utia sika. It is through the fiber optic cable and Accra data center no inti GRA4 omoje wo receipt no the cost system no automatic na fiber optic cable na sense a sensipe na eco data center na dia kwakoma GRA into GRA for the office or omnim receipt be a general port. That is what we call government to government. Abuying MMDCB or bekwai or per se on another government institution wakra the Ministry of Local Government omu collaborate omu to me send the information through the internet a cable a no any Accra Digital Center any facilities no the data it is holding service no into say MMDCB or bekwai na so person on the local government and I say the minister Ekasa Wankraya he does not need to walk to Accra because of the cable na John Mahama lay around the nation. He can just go on his computer, turn it on and call him on video call, and then the boss in Accra will pick up. That is how John Mahama was bridging government to government. That is how he was bringing governance to make it simple so that we can not make it complicated. He tried to simplify governance. That is why he spent so much money laying those cables around the nation. Mahamudu Bawumia because of digitalization. Mutan say, "Why do you do digitalization by?" Do you understand digitization? Now, in my friend be government to citizens. Are buying any citizens because of what John Mahama NDC 4 cables from the far from we see a data center a whole information it to be transmitted around and we are citizen who to me send information eco passport office and I'm a echo I will say how was it done? It is because of the app it is sitting on the data on the infrastructure and the fiber optic cable and way possible. When you go into Accra Data Center, there are different servers connected to the whole nation. And it's now to be Kumasi say, "Ma send him information a passport office and ya bosum bi ana beifobio. Because of cable na John Mahama mo de to form no. Your friend fiber optic cable. Akwesi brodi say, ye de bia fa nsuom. And it's to be Ghana na send the ya send information ko Egypt because e bi na nsuom. Cable without the fiber optic cable won't mean digitization. When also na NDC church the muchiramo na mo hwe bebia na NDC de moko. Now as your friend be government to business, private institutions. Omo pese omni abanye adwuma. Sesi ano enam church say zipline no. That is how it works. I will say omo use the internet. They have to send information across. Yaka say nansemo te say no mo ka say a meter reading with drones. How were they going to do that? The other video has messed Facebook up. It's fine. Yaka say the government to business. Obi o ye de juma. Then obi or private company. Otumini abanye juma. Also, my client ni nyina omo pe insurance card, but between upload the insurance card no e dey cost net. It is because fiber optic cable no Accra Digital Center no infrastructure me no and na enable app no etumi manage send information no akọ the SNET. It is obi a private company na otua the SNET the SNET contribution of the workers. He does not have to go to SNET. He can sit in his office and pay through a payment app and a payment platform. Any platform will be a year Juma or Ghana Hano. It is because of the Accra Digital Center. It is because of the fiber optic cable that John Mahama de far from. Facebook has gone off because of the strike we had. I think it's going to come back. Mr. P, are we good with Facebook? If it comes back, fine. Facebook is down. All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be back.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjie, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from.
All right, we are back on Facebook. It's going to start pick up again because the video nearby and the strike in internet, my Facebook no call off. But we have gotten the signal. Facebook is back, so we are good. Facebook is back, so we are good. Facebook they will be back again. Facebook for Mamon Panic, we got a strike from the video. It was necessary. We knew we were going to get a strike, but we had to play it because and then the base of NNA foundation explanation for me. So I know Facebook, you guys are going to come back. 2 minutes to show up. After 2 minutes, what we are going to do is we are going to move ahead. So what I'm seeing right now is, here's a Facebook is back. I don't want us to leave them behind. I just want to see if Facebook is back. Okay, so I think we've been limited a little bit with the eyeballs, but more free Facebook, what I can say is that Facebook is back, so you can go back to the Facebook and watch us on Facebook. If we have been limited, Mr. P, what we can do is we can still go ahead. I think it will recalibrate itself. It's because of the video we played into a year. It's just a glitch. It will recalibrate itself and come back to normal. Into more Facebook, nothing has really changed. It was a glitch. It's going to come back. I think it is actually back. Into Mr. P. Are we good? Mr. P. All right, so what I'm getting here is that okay. All right. All right, let's do this.
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past. The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir, the nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their name.
All right, now guys, let's move on. Facebook is back. Thank you, team. Thank you very much for working so hard to get this Facebook back. All right, it was a strike. I think the video we played, Facebook didn't like it that much, but we have educated Ghanaians, they all know. Now, Facebook is back. And so when you go down there, to begin with, the government to government, that's the G2G initiative, includes into government to government, you know, a year after laying the fiber optic cable and having the Accra Digital Center, no, a day na a day if a swab and a day break are buying. You see 24/7 broadband internet access for all MMDAs into all the district assembly offices because of the fiber optic cable now. John Mahama lay, you know, and internet a MMDAs. DC office ni nyina no omutumi ne den aban etumi communicate on crime etumi ne ekufu to communicate etumi send the information. They can call, they can send emails, they can have a conversation and basically serious meetings. First, you know, MMDS for ko bibia or some of the paper. Say they don't need paper. They can just do what? They can take a scan of the document and then move it to Accra. Into ama ejuma no ay easy. Initially, you need hard copies before you can send your information to Nkran. Oh, you hear a CKB for a yes, some farm paper mbra, nan say yen fa paper nko. Because of fiber optic cable at John Mahama Muleye, because of the data center in Accra, and internet MMDCs, etumitina office, ewo bekwai. Now I send a scan document of their meeting. Now Nkran for say yen saka. It is because of that. It is a one tiasia. Now Bawumia be general digitalization on tiasia o tro. Now automation of government agencies through a wide area network infrastructure backbone. On saying time and John Mahama oko green book rima. John Mahama apart from say the fiber optic cable by Accra Digital Center no majority of regions organ more some small satellite poles bi ho. Those ones were given the various or respective MMDCs any government office ni no sa satellite no mbesi no ene na ene eye enkran ene fiber optic cable no ekasa enti ebi ona otie kura se yes John Mahama mo besi pole bi wa ha sa pole no ene na ne cable ne kasa etumi mam krom ho DC no etumi send scan document ekonkran enti even though the cables no is around the nation no to make it more effective no they still put up a satellite poles internet access no easy. Enti Bawumia has nothing about digitization. MPP are buying from Kufuor to Ekufuor to Bawumia. Some be a monica digitization, no mucha on tro, but Bawumia has failed on the economy. Or baby in the tuna nesi. Now you see something called web hosting, domain registration, and emails. .com.gh and then gov.gh for all government entities. Enterprise document management system for the archiving, retrieval, perusal, and management of critical government documents. It's because of this, no, and then there, obitubijina the entakrade, obitubijina ekurasibi ekase, and you call meeting, no, DC say, oh, I could see what the mamma fan send you. Because of fiber optic cable na John Mahama no, and then the phone, track picture, now also scan it, or send ya, and nick cable no essence no. So satellite post no almost sense sa anyoma no into the moment obe press send no na cable na pick na sa towers na pick no the concrete na nkra quickly a bounce it no so reflector ko wo na nipa na the corner hon e na from go no na ono so nsaka into it is the cable no sa communication na John Mahama put it together no and it and there ha into without John Mahama's fiber optic cable Accra Digital Center no nanka yentumi ntran kran and send the information enko stream. I hope you're understanding. Now, this is what you see. Make sure the benefiter, the Accra Data Center, any fiber optic cable now, Mahama, the far from no, and Faswa, Edia Bray, and then I meet you machro. Into because Mahama Bedi also, by Utino, a pampasso, Mahamanti, and the Mitra picture of fear between the Sendimi Kunu, or Iraq. Mahamanti and the Mema may or crash out to Mitra video, and the send him so you, they see or it is because of John Dramani Mahama. It is because of the fiber optic cable in the ground. Because of the Accra Data Center, there is a data center. Now, Uko Enima, Also, furthermore, the government to citizens initiatives called e-service after first one now make sure say government to government, now there's something called the e-service, and here the electronic services have improved the quality of services rendered by government to citizens and harmonized and enhanced cooperation between the public bodies providing them. By so doing, human contacts are being removed, contributing significantly to the reduction of corrupt practices that have always characterized citizens' requests or applications for basic everyday needs like birth certificate, passport, driver's license. So Bawumia Jinaka say because of mobile digitalization and the ultimate request and I say who apply for birth certificate online or only idea be Mahama fiber optic cable no and so be so to gina Kumasi passport one cry enye Bawumia on fashion kan ho cables na egu form no Accra digital center no eno na etumi connect sa anyoma we ma utumi apply online. Enti eno so no infaso e de brand say o te say embre Bawumia ka say I see ano nipa motete office no corruption come from John Mahama started killing corruption from opposition because Sadia when John Mahama no omo no ye Goro boys ewo Accra passport office omo no ye Goro boys ewo the birth and death certificate omo no ye Goro boys ewo driver's license office no it is because and oko DVLA na see ye check card amount ye amount information ye amount digital card because of the cable. It is because of the data center and internet there sika o DVLA and because of John Mahama cable no mo de far form no the fiber optic cable this is sending Ghana ha nyina and internet there say obi beji cash onje cash you tua no dey o sa tua DVLA charge you 20 Ghana now the phone tua through Momo app na because of the cable. Inti adibia ye organ bia and cut corruption middlemen na say and the government agencies are making money because middlemen have been cut out because of the introduction of digitalization. It is because John Mahama put those cables on the ground. It is because John Mahama built Accra Digital Center. It is because he built the NIA office, NCA office. These are infrastructures. Who needs infrastructure now? Who to me yet? Cable no your friend infrastructure. They are physical things you put in the ground. Center na wa Accra na friend digital center no server system and then your friend infrastructure into be catch us about infrastructure or digitization over here also to me one answer because you need to prove to me that you have been able to invest in infrastructure. You can invest in app, you can invest in any app, COVID-19 app, but without the infrastructure the app is useless. Muntie me. You can build any good app in this world without infrastructure, without fiber optic cable, without a data center. That app no wastes. You can pay anybody to build an app. Where are you going to host the app? On which platform is the app going to sit to distribute the information you want to go? You will need an infrastructure. And John Mahama spent a lot of money to build the Accra Data Center, to build the NCA office, to build the NI office. Intende ura NI office near the card mawa. Kase nyankopon ma John Mahama nyininche. Because every machine at Accra Digital Center, National Identification Center, John Mahama and the buyer connected to the fiber optic cable and to Accra Digital Center. Without that, send the John Mahama yi cables in free format, there will be nothing left. So NDC focus say, hey, most digitalization. Okay, yeah, three cable in free form, and they ultimately send Momo, ultimately request, ultimately apply for passport, ultimately apply for driver's license, ultimately conquer, ultimately BBR into the soul of this country. The solar running digital economy. No, it is the cables on the ground and the infrastructure. The cable no infrastructure no. The cable is part of the infrastructure. And John Mahama, infrastructure, no, he did not sit there. He added the applications to it. And internet, your e-government, your e-services. Applications living in government institutions, it me di juma. Obi or MC, tafo, otumi, send scanned photocopies. And they call Accra because John Mahama the app by your friend e-services. Bawumia does not have anything to his name. Mese Bawumia kasa obetan radio sika mo busa say den out to me send sika every Kumasi konkran den out to me send picture every Kumasi konkran. It is because of the cable. Omunle one cable one omunle bi omo dada mo ochina obegina wa enkwasi asem say ya o omo obi amusa the question because omunim say ye Jimmy na me enko edi nam chewa de bi So the next one, this is what it says. Yenya would say jujum, me pesa Ghana for mu. Bawumia besro obeka so china monsre no. Cause hwe, you say Jimmy. Kevin Taylor say fiber optic cable and every digital thing happening in Ghana happening. Any Accra Digital Center because John Mahama de far from no kra na enye no kre. Mahamudu Bawumia, have you invested in one fiber optic cable in Ghana? Have you put together any e-commerce, e-app bia to help government institutions? Omoboa. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. John Dramani Mahama and the NDC built this. And the Kaisa Ghana Code Digitala, we have to go down on our knees and pray for John Mahama. We have to go down on our knees and pray for John Mahama because the John Mahama yama Ghana no. The John Mahama nke janu mane twaso anka bebi ewo no enye nne. Bawumia ba in politics because of one thing, economics. Economy. Adentina weja ho asamka because they na all kind of opposition ya no bi na troma no. Also Alanko Chaman say Bawumia wasa wa bre bibie no betuma ye. Omne na tena cabinet o. Alanko Chaman no ka the economic management team ho. O say Bawumia na munida no so no. Oni ideas hufuro bia wa bon. Na se denchem finsu ase be ka kire say aponchireni ewu a kwase ampanyi woni wan ka se denchem ne boa. So that is what we are living with today. Ochina oba digitization. The dollar is at 13.5. Why is he not talking about it? Or just said digitization F4. And this time catch Ghana for say make nobody also say he will pick Ghana card over their infrastructure. On to mean see school, on to mean see bridge, on to mean see any infrastructure. Or say Ghana card. Ghana card it falls within digitization. Without the fiber optic cable, you have to mean print one Ghana card or Ghana. Without Accra Digital Center to save the data. Some information now what they ma Ghana card and I for say omun keep no mofangu card so no na chip no. Some information in go Accra Data Center. When you see without that infrastructure and the infrastructure cable no, you cannot do any of these things. Into Eden about many MP to me say yede digitization by what Jimmy. With this platform, citizens are able to digitally apply for passport, birth certificate, and driver's license, register their businesses from the Registrar General's Department, request both marriage certificate and police background checks report, and most importantly, conveniently file and pay taxes. Into some culture say, and the GRA say Ghana for are on an app, taxes on an app. It is because of the cable. And this time I say, Bawumia MPP, omo fa bibianka Ghana ho. Omo dwi say jandam ni Jimmy, to omo another jandam oba. Omo dwi say Jimmy, inti send ukwajo birth certificate. Ukwa na ukwa your passport. Ukwa na say ukwa den, o file your taxes. You say, ya the app biaba app no without data center any cable na ofo no. Sa app na nyejuma. I'm telling you. Without John Mahama, a fiber optic cable and nam form. Any Accra Digital Center is save data no. Ube to make create app be we as say GRA create app. Kwasi ebia to create app ko China ko he. Ko bra Philippines for over here. Ofu bia to tena them 10 minutes we create app. App no e dey na e dey be adwuma also. Without a data center and a server for the app to sit on, it is not an app. It is basically anything anyone has created. It is and the GRA or taxes through a app. It is because cables na enam form no na sense e the sound information if you phone so echo Accra Data Center transfer e dia code the GRA ama GRA for sun saka ascend say thank you for the filing your taxes. It is because of the cable. It is because of the fiber optic cable and the Accra Digital Center, Accra Data Center, NCA office, NIA office. John Mahama the less than 4 years na yes idea we. Into giant ben ebi na no ka John Mahama be yeden. Now yanko enim. Now, so ko anima etro bibi ka ho the birth and death registry BDR, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, driver and vehicle licensing authority, Registrar General Department, Ghana Police Criminal Investigation Department, and Ghana Revenue Authority are some of the agencies on the platform. John Mahama oye bibi awie na odi bibi be friend e-commerce owie na odi sa nyoma we nyina institutions we nyina gu one app so odom gu one platform so and also mu nyina mu ndi dwuma mbom intend a police background checker, a Ghana Police Service for bit my Fred yen, or bit my Fred bet and debt through the digital platform. I can say Aqua we Ghana Niampa birth certificate, mutual system was a Kevin Taylor Ghana. That is how John Mahama built this nation into a fiber optic cable, AC data center, and connecting all the government agencies on one platform. And I'll say e services. What is going to happen is electronic services, government to government, government to citizens, government to business. Into a businessman in Kumasi, Kwame Despite, or to me, effort the phone. Now we try a picture of his receipt. Now I send you back Kumasi, Accra, or say, Moshe receipt to Namunyan Wejuma. It is because of the fiber optic cable. It is because, or send this video, picture, and Accra data center. And Accra data center, a mark cable no sense, and a cable no send the bar, Aquana we using on for Dixon, and on so boss, that is how John Mahama built Ghana digital platform. Into Bawumia, Mumbusan say, a dear in order can't your digital system no. A dear fiber optic cable, a dear infrastructure, because the two things go hand in hand. Without infrastructure, you can never run your app. You can't. Me, I have a TV station in America. I own my own app, my own server. So, build an app. That's what person to me server. So I'll take money from you, and then server to me server. So and send the app and say without the server and Ghana your server you go Accra Digital Center, Accra Data Center. A honor your server ni see. A honor your information hub on the wall. Into everything about Ghana, from business to personal information, Nina goes through the Accra Digital Center, the data center, not fiber optic cable, no propelling quick, and man, it me accord the various agencies. Into Bawumia, a dear no dia can Ghana, a Ghana digitalization wa or China, Obejina TV say digitalization. Onimiansa odu so we Jimmy. Na yanko eni na menchechiro mu infaswa Ghana fuenya from John Mahama's the fiber optic cable and the digital centers I will see around the nation and the main ones in Accra. Infaswa no na menchechiro no. Now, mamako eni na menchiro there. Uko enima so many things. Added to the www.eservice.gov.gh, was an electronic payment gateway, www.epay.gov, where John Mahama de buy on the two a yedian sa e-services no so sa epay, zip pay, and the Nina John Mahama and a create platform no I a friend of e-government, e-services, and internet and the sign we in Akoso. And to do not underestimate this. Now, Uko anymore say the e-payment gateway has the capacity to accept various payment types such as debit or credit card, international, debit, credit card, local, mobile money, MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo, checks, cash, and bank transfer payment. And because of fiber optic cable, and the platform John Mahama, after setting up the infrastructure. After that, he made sure said these platforms are there. And the ultimate scan check. No, I can say at my accounts. It is because of the fiber optic cable. It is because of the Accra Digital Center, the data center. It is because of the infrastructure. Man, without infrastructure, if we be able say, only the digitalization with Jimmy on TSA. So all these things happening in Ghana, it is because John Dramani Mahama in October 2016, John Mahama made sure say answer no free office now we're making sure that Ghana was on the path of the digital revolution. So he really thought through things. And then the Bawumia Ghana, because we're failing more, because Bawumia came into Ghana politics in 2008. The only thing that they could say or economist asa. I didn't say about me so economy once or the digitization. Digitization so about politics now order that. Na Bahama build it into Bawumia. The importance in Ghana politics na any DN. Why should I look at Bawumia and vote for him? Now as of October 2016, there had been 23,333 total transactions and an amount of 168 million Ghana cedis had been collected for 8 MMDAs. Into na as back as 2016, John Mahama, and on the date national October 2016. Go and check the facts. Now John Mahama platform was set here after putting the infrastructure together. No, government to government, any e-services are set here. Now municipal district their assemblies, they were able to get taxes. They were able to get revenues through a platform. No? People were paying through digital check. People were paying through their phones. People were paying by making sure, say, almost send emails there. That is what John Mahama did. So you are not supposed to make this Bawumia boa ochina obegina mo say na wo Kevin Taylor chechim na wo wele kebu bi Ghana ha where's infrastructure bi a host your data Ghana ha na wan kasa no answer na be send picture no uni be fa answer na send picture see be say a passport officer now him send a passport office for receive your application. He knows nothing about digitization or doing some way Jimmy. Now my mention my dear ha. Now when you go to the digital infrastructure. Benya bote da medwudwem me pesa otiase. Your digital application ehun na ma ehun adwuma no. Ma mention digital infrastructure no. Eno na na make ho asem early on. Fiber optic cable, Accra Digital Center, NIA office, NCA office, omo na omo ye the hub akoma no we nyina John Mahama ni siye. To begin with, digital infrastructure is the foundation of every digital economy. Therefore, during his tenure, that's John Mahama, President Mahama built the most robust and efficient infrastructure in the country since independence. Since independence, ever since John Mahama so na obia President Abako no obia NC data center. JJ Rollins by obey any day we NC data center. J Kufuor by obey den obedi jantra for another chain or nani chain gunu kum and obesi toilet with basic data center. Atamos by he lived very short, but his influence was felt. John Dramani Mahama by and we need a data center. Tie nyansa we mu na from so Bajemba. So Mahama technically the Kwame Nkrumah we nyina no schools companies John Mahama na lifting ni nyina free analog e de ba de digital. Because without the infrastructure, nothing was going to be done. Nothing, our friend, digitization will ever enter Ghana. Into Juma Kwame Nkrumah, JJ Rawlings, Atamil Swinina, yeah. Kufuor wedding kwasi asem kwato Tongana Airways ni Vodafone. Omo yes an kwasi dinja. John Mahama ban say we need something. We need a hub. Ye hia bibi ye be build ya. Ye data nyina be guso. Ye wi na sa build a platform sa nyoma na ye betumi de didwa wo so. That is John Mahama. Video no the lie and about video ni chira no into infrastructure no it is John Mahama na change Ghana from analog to digital. Sa company na print Ghana card in there no John Mahama na contract when he was in power. Ghana card, let me be very honest here. J.A. Kufuor, he thought to say we needed a national ID. Kwame Nkrumah no we had a national ID. But J.A. Kufuor by no say no. Sa national ID no adena yen upgrading kakra. Into J.A. Kufuor started with 2 barcode. Sa time no, ya card we are na what ya shashawu egusidi so. Ya card na egusidi so. Na waba na ya their core office. Omo ya card na ejuma data ni nyina we na egusidi compact disk eso na egu. Kufuor started so opese oya Ghana card no. Odwene ho no almost started. Me, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to let you know. Almost an analog. And then that time na NIA officers ne omo na omo yes adwuma no usisidi e na nyoma gugu so entutumi ya card na 2 years on sankan ye utumi ya card se konkran card na enya digital utumi fa anya hwe ekuta akeke it is school ID. John Mahama ne Atamus taking over and I say no, this is a waste of time. Now we will need to add some features to this card to make this card a card that can be used for multi-purpose stuff. Into John Mahama mo contract a company. Sa company ni buy no and I'm be change call 3 barcode and move back digital. No one no printing 16 million Ghana card. Mr. S, get me the video, please. And no one John Mahama mo during Mahama's time no almost start printing 16 million Ghana cards. Satania setting up all these platforms. People were receiving Ghana cards. Your Ghana for her, Ghana card, it goes back as 2012, 2010. Now, your man called for Ghana card or Ghana. They are all around, you know it. As time went on, and John Mahama saw the engaging company said, we need to move it higher. Now, let's move it to a more digital platform whereby you can access it. the same company are not omoya 3 and about digital no they are the same companies and the ekufuademo and omoye juma then about me catch us on the digitalization by the company today printing Ghana cards, giving us the Ghana cards, no, the IDs, no, the digital IDs, no. A company a John Mohammed a mobile by Jumananka, a company form went to I don't know Pamomo. They are the people printing your cards. In China about digitization or no and the buy. Where on earth should anyone reasonable brain ekas Bawumia is digitization? Bawumia has nothing to hold on to. Only bibia obekutem anything otete. Ochina original digitization, we have been able to make passport office obwa anytime John Mahama SC a new passport office or linky all the passport also video show National Emergency Center or all the security agencies CAS and I catch say your whole headquarters, the hub of your digital infrastructure is in Accra. You can communicate with NIB BNI or NI before Omo Navrungu. Omo mo Kumasi BNI for no national security. They can communicate with you on this. You can be able to access everything in Ghana. And no video no, he was able to equip these security agencies to tell them say we are in the digital world. Now make digital infrastructure and in here the infrastructure without the infrastructure without Accra Digital Center NIA office NCA office and the fiber optic cable Muhammad layer nobody can build an app in Ghana and let it function unless your app it is sitting on Kevin Taylor's server in Washington DC before you can operate that server that app. You cannot. Into every government institution, yeah, they are going digital. No, they are going digital because the infrastructure from Accra Digital Center, Data Center, the fiber optic cable, and no more digital. None of them, because all these apps they are not sitting on a foreign server. They are all sitting on a server at the Accra Digital Center, the Accra Data Center. That is where all of them they take their blood source. A whole blood source. Mahamudu Bawumia is a liar or capitalize on your ignorance. And this is for problem by war. They could not sell their message. They could not tell you people the omoya mamo. Omuntu menjujuman chiremo. And a MPP in Kwasiafo de Biamobano be chamotro. No one Kwasiafo is an agent to Amonom Titi radio. So Mahama Baye Dane. And the one an agent to utmi ye video or what video to come about on Avrungu. And then as a video to do about on Avrungu because of John Mahama fiber optic cable. Saa kwa na otu na ni apotwa se bonsuo mu enam no omutumi na mo ye motwetwe mo bema na mo send video koma mo girlfriends mo gin se efamfremem John Mahama cables na we le no eno na utumi ye bu video ri wi amutumi send koma ma mo bodam ya fan for dia yenye adwuma na ai ande na we adwuma de ende ya ntopia de dia yenye adwuma no ende le ni de obi abegere de ai Kofi Bento sa wo hyedem na se nkofo de mo bema hyehye woto. The video you are sending to your partners across the nation, Kofi Bento, it is because of the fiber optic cable. John Mahama, the reasonable, intelligent man, they're laid in Ghana. It is because the Accra Data Center is there to do what? To take your sex video, your long dick video, send to your partners for you. You are asking, what should Mahama come and do? Mahama, omeye dieng, me chire omu. Mo amote TikTok. Ghana ha TikTok videos. You 200,000 followers without John Mahama fiber optic cable no I am telling you, the John Mahama fiber optic cable any Accra Data Center and no ndama wo TikTok na kwasi ampen you say MPP most can be jimi hu internet so no without John Mahama fiber optic cable no ankasa app na we use no kenye adwuma because the app needs to sit on something. The app needs to sit on an infrastructure inside an infrastructure to help. After what you say, into John Mahama, he created jobs, micro and macro, indirect and direct. Into governance. Jack Toronto, on an MYW. Omonti Abambua say, just a memory say, Jimmy Fako high jet no team. A memory so will be two. A memory say, yeah, they never pay you for Riata and a Jimmy Casasa. A memory obia or Jenny, a Jenny and call for the next 20 years. And it's John Mahama Day, the NDP by the National Development Plan. Afe na mo ka ho asem or the National Development Plan by 2014 mo MPP for mo Jimmy munnim nyansa. Now To begin with, digital infrastructure is the foundation of every digital economy. Therefore, during his tenure, President Mahama built the most robust and efficient infrastructure in the country since independence. This was to meet our digital transformational goals and objectives. Indeed, given 4 more years in office, based on his solid digital infrastructure, he would have built a new and modernized ICT compliant Ghana. And that was the next move na John Mahama Pesoye. Now he was going to move from where we are, he was going to move it global, bigger. And then kwasiafo we buy. Yabo udin na ya from kwasiafo ojina bola ho to nyamenyom. Nyansa nyame dia ma se paper bola no, clean bola no, oni wi a men kotungu bola so no. Da na sa wan the content say akotira asop abura no ma. Ena yabo udin na ya frau ekufu adwe na edi Jimmy we chichire man ena de tia no. Kojo upon Kumasi sorry na pono 10 gig in the back pocket. Odu ano de or the hard drive na shomo. Ogin say e de na hu sa pono no kojo. Aya wo da John Mahama si kojo upon Kumasi. Enya John Mahama nka 10 gig pono no nka unya nhwe. Aya infrastructure no and e hold data no fiber optic na mamu internet. Into ko pie kwa me plus fee. Na sa oyi hard drive no na sa wo de share computer na wo hwe pono no na wo twetwe be ma na wo tie say ya. Wo tie say na wo de wuti say pem dan no fiber optic cable no ena kojo upon Kumasi. O twetwe wo be ma eni tina on sa right no abo chain left no. Munyina munsu nyansa na munsu o man na ye kekere. Kevin my bodam I the lady dey from ka dey obi obegere dey and story dey be ma fact dey be ma but ye o say tu wo pia kakra ya wo pia ye kwahin. Mr. P, do you have something for me? 2014, you want me to play this video before I move on? Okay, my team I'm gonna catch him some mimbo video win show now mentor a year in discussion. So this is 2014 John Dramani Mahama. Mr. P, Mr. S, and I'm the video now, but said this is also part of the fact. Mama, yanko edim yanko hwede yako. Share platform we now the video grow. Ubewu, odi ya kabi biachira monte. Now let's watch this. Inf 1, right? There you go.
National Identification Authority is introducing a modern registration system. By November 2015, all Ghanaians will have multifunctional smart cards for identification purposes. The authority on Tuesday met the media in Accra to explain the process and matters arising from the issuance of the new cards. The chief executive of the NRA, Dr. Josiah Kaba, spoke in detail about Ghana's system upgrade to meet international standards.
The National Identification Authority, NIA, was established by Act 707 of 2006, which mandates the NIA to develop, record, and update an identity management system by enrolling citizens and legal residents and issuing them with identity cards. In 2009, the NIA started a process of a national biometric registration exercise to issue Ghanaians with ID cards. With the rapid change in technology, it has become necessary for a system upgrade to meet international standards. Therefore, in May 2012, the NIA signed a PPP contract with Identity Management Systems, IMS Limited, for a modern gathering of data and issuance of national ID cards. At a press conference at the NIA headquarters in Accra, the chief executive of NIA, Dr. Josiah Kaba, read out the work of the NIA, its challenges, and what it hopes to achieve.
The expanded PPP scope will enable instant issuance of multifunctional smart identity cards with a chip memory size of 120K. In order to make use of the old blank cards supplied to the NIA under the past Morpho contract, a contact chip will be planted on the card through what is called mailing and embedding to convert the 2D barcode cards into a contact smart card. And this will gradually replace the old cards as they expire.
The head of technology and biometric at the NIA, Mr. Osei Kwame Griffiths, said under the new system, new biometric traits such as the face and iris have been added to improve security and integrity of the NIS. Concerns were raised about the legal and financial base of the whole system. The head of administration, legal and compliance, Mr. Joseph Kofi Iroko, however, assured all that the contract has gone through all the necessary processes prior to signing. The chairman of Margins ID Group, a subsidiary of IMS, Mr. Moses Baden, said the national ID cards will be issued free of charge to Ghanaians. However, the company will develop its own means of financing the projects.
Where their pictures not a lie. Omo kind news, no. Beautiful Ghanaian woman, where 2014. Almost say in 2009, and a Ghana card no air then, Kufuor and also 2009, and I started process no. In 2012, and a NDC phone say no, sa 2D barcode no, a cake, a nyejuma, until they did system updates or upgrade. Into 2012, no, and NDC for a movie free what we call the 2D to smart card, chip embedded card. 2012, no, and the company now your friend identity management system. John Mahama more contractors say move it from the analog and bring it to the new world digital card na in Kofokutano. Your friend chip embedded. Bawumia saw the digitalization by our bottom. Me ma what Ghana sa MPP for we Jack Toronto ne mwa we omo nim nyanza o omo be di musika kwa over 1.1 trillion omo di omo se Bawumia economy no de untumi kan wasem o ko digitalization wa bottom me church mu it is our company ne buy no omo buy no system upgrade no omo move akode digital omo the chip we shim no omo the facial and iris omo update the wenim and their features and so it was John Mahama who moved the card from their analog to their digital. News in Ambochre no. The facts and out say no. It had about Bawumia or Chinabegina TV so said digitalization. He has used digitalization to change Ghana. Any government institution be our Ghana be and they are saying they are making profit because they introduce an app for them to be paying or doing whatever. It is through John Mahama 2012 initiative of moving our card from analog to digital and laying fiber optic cable around the nation and building the digital center. The app is just a component. The main thing is the infrastructure. A cable no any data center no. Into Bawumia TV so china. And he speaks about digitization. He should stick to economics. Dollar no ewo he. And he na dollar ni jina. And that is the conversation we need to be having. Memo beyond na TV so da. And kase Bawumia is digitization. Digital Bawumia. Bawumia onia jenia yeditumi yes adie we you. My bo video actually, in fact, Mr. S, Mr. P. There's one more video which needs to come in 2014. This is also another video. Make sure evidence upon evidence. Say, John Mahama and the NDC started digitization. Any government agency in Ghana, government to government, government to business, government to civilian. We are Ghana nina unya and calls. Ultimi SND videos. Ultimi Sikao Bank. Ultimi Scania. Because of John Mahama. Say abayin injuma mienu edin sa waswo GRA. Customs, Ministry of Finance, Customs, almost share data, almost share a scan document because of John Mahama. It is because of the infrastructure. Infrastructure, no, a data center, no, and a fiber optic cable. Now he lined them in the nation, around the nation, and Nintina and there, you to me video calls. It's John Mahama. He was going to move you to space. And I'm and the Bawumia na all your symposium, proponent and exponent, you know. He doesn't want to talk about the economy. Today, Bawumia wants to only talk about digitization. The question to Bawumia and say, have you added a single fiber optic cable to our digital economy, our digital system? One fiber optic cable. Have you invested in infrastructure? Bawumia onim di okeka onim bebia wodru. Onim say ye ne ayaba ne yenjimi se chema wuntumi. Bawumia wetiti oh, mo de momone be my say corn beef. Now this is another evidence I made it show. Wait, is proven. So NDC, John Mahama, they actually brought digitization to Ghana.
You're still watching Midday Live. To one of our headline stories, the National Identification Authority will from Saturday, March 22, 2014, be working on Saturdays. The authority says people who registered during the mass registration in the Greater Accra region and those who registered at the head office have their cards ready for collection. So to talk about this very release that has come out, I do have the PR of the National Identification Authority, Becca Chapley. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good to see you here again. I'm doing very well.
Yeah, okay.
Now, you did state in your release that it's for the Greater Accra region alone.
Yes.
And when you talk about mass registration, where exactly are you talking about?
We did register in the Greater Accra region from November 2009 to February 2010. People who participated in any part of the region during that period are those that we are targeting. We have given cards to some groups of people already. Indeed, apart from the Dangbe East, Dangbe West, we have gone back to all the communities to distribute the cards. Unfortunately, some people did not turn up to collect their cards. We are giving such persons the opportunity to pick their cards. Some persons also registered at the head office. We are saying those who registered before March 2012, 2013, last year, they should come and pick their cards, because we've not been able to produce cards since that time. If you registered after March last year and you come to the office right now, your card is not ready, so they should not come. But all other persons who registered in Greater Accra during the mass registration and before March last year, they should come for their cards if they've not done so.
Okay, so within the time frame you've just given, how many cards are you distributing?
We have a lot of cards. Maybe we have close to 1 million cards there occupying our warehouse. We have persons on standby who come to work from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Any number of people who report, we will serve them. We will start this Saturday and see how the response is. If we need to increase the numbers based on the response, we will increase the numbers of people who will be appearing to pick their ID cards.
And is it just for Saturdays, or they can come during the weekdays?
During the weekdays, we have been distributing cards since we completed the mass distribution at the head office. Anybody who walks in on a daily basis is able to pick their cards. Unfortunately, some persons complain that they go to work and they don't have the opportunity to come to our office during weekdays to pick their cards. It is based on the feedback we got from the public that we want to extend our work to Saturday so that such persons can have access to their Ghana card.
So it means that aside the Saturdays for the Greater Accra region, anyone at all from any other?
Any day of the week, you can walk in and pick your card. And in addition to the Saturday we are adding.
And how about the other regions? Do they come to
No,
Accra, or
the other regions, anybody listening to us anywhere, we are distributing cards only in Greater Accra because their cards are ready. We printed cards for some parts of Ashanti region. They are not sorted, so anybody who comes from Ashanti region to Accra cannot get their card because it's not sorted. We don't know where your card is located. We've sorted cards for Greater Accra. That is why we are distributing their cards. And because these are all cards we've returned from the field, people did not pick them up. We want people to pick the cards up because very soon, if you don't have the card, you may not be able to access certain services. We know we are not enforcing the law because we are not national. If I say not national, we haven't distributed cards across the entire country. We're working seriously towards that. I did mention in this studio earlier this year that we are working towards instant issuance of ID cards to Ghanaians. We were hoping we could start in March, but the approval processes from government and then the technical processes have not concluded. We're shifting our poll to the middle of the year forward. We're hopeful that we would have concluded all of these processes so that we can start the instant issuance to Ghanaians. It has issues. It has a lot of things that we will be educating the public on. The instant will mean that you pay some fees for it. The regular will mean that you have to wait and get it during processes like we are doing right now. So we need the Ghanaian to understand that if you are asked to pay, for instance, for a card, it is because you are paying for the service to deliver that card to you, but not because you are charged. Government is not charging anybody for first issuance of Ghana card.
That's the instant.
Yes, the instant one.
This one is free.
Yes, this one is free.
Okay.
If you just registered, we process and then we give it to you. It's free. But when it gets to that, discussions are still going on. Government is committed. They're looking at how to get some subsidy for us or other ways of supporting us so that we continue to deliver cards free to Ghanaians. But if there's a need for the instant one, people have to pay for it, and it's an instant service for you. As the foreign nationals are paying, they're paying $120. We know we are not going to charge anything close to that. The government will still be able to subsidize that process for Ghanaians.
Now, you did touch on, I asked you early on about how long this would take, and you said you were monitoring. Does it mean that you can tell us exactly when this process will end?
No, it's not going to end. We work on a daily basis.
That's the Saturday?
The Saturday ones. We work on a daily basis. So we have taken the feedback from the public and want to extend service to them, make it possible for them. So as long as people continue to come to the office to pick their cars on Saturday, we will maintain the Saturday service until people stop patronizing it.
Now, before I let you go, the Minister of Communications did mention on the SIM rerun, that's a SIM registration, that will be fully implemented and run by the national identification cards. And here's a process where cards haven't been distributed totally nationally. So what happens to that?
Yes, we are considering all these as part of the instant issuance. I want to say that we have a private partner. Indeed, national identification is the first public-private partnership that has taken place under the PPP policy. And our private partners are willing to go the extra mile with us. We're seeking approval for the expansion of that agreement or contract so that we use that to do the instant issuance. We'll be using it to do many things as the SIM card registration.
But won't it delay the directive given by the minister?
No, people do not have now the card right now on the old system. But this one, if it starts, we're going to start doing the instant issuance. Indeed, we're talking with the telcos, the National Communication Authority, and other institutions like the banks, where we will be doing registration. And so we tie all of these together so that people instantly get the card. Okay. As I said, by June, we are hoping that all of these discussions and processes will conclude so that early the second half of the year we can go into the field and start issuing.
Mahmoud Bawumia stole NDC ideas. What's my meno? Even SIM card registration, they were linking it to Ghana card. But the difference was that they were progressively and gradually making sure that Ghana obienya on a card. They were not putting deadlines. One could register HM, one could register our SIM card. They said they were registering SIM card. That was the next stage. And that what they wanted to do was that they wanted to make sure so being a Ghana card before they move to the next stage. And the next stage is what? To link SIM cards to Ghana card. Now today you have not been able to link everybody to the Ghana card. Not everybody has the Ghana card. You are insisting, say, Moya abanye juma, so one for Ghana card and buy it Jimmy. The same to free SHS. John Mahama say, yenye progressively, gradually, and link everything. Omukasiafo is free SHS now. Oh, maybe awo. Amobaye, Oslawusu and the Num say, Kramain. I am the I am the This is an intelligent woman. The cards, are for Ghanaians. Give them time, give them the card. Take your time, let everybody access the card. You move from there to the SIM card linkage. Into we are now the SIM card and a link card no. Into kwa na uko ni muka kra enkwasiafo we ba ekrono nti. NDC idea say na omoya ni kakra ma obi anwa tono no. Ejimifo we ba ya na say hey obia nko link ne card. Wa wonfa card ba wonko ha. Wa uguta Ghana card uni passport. E no mbetwa passport tum, o mbetwa birth certificate tum. Trousers. Any yabo aso to Supreme Court or then the stallions, instead of them to apply their common sense, so see where we are today. This is what happened in 2014. In some of my waking in an so to an out 10 year and can then go be our Ghana card. And can linky obia to Ghana card. And you need some problem of where we're here. Now, you know the most interesting thing. Bawumia, adia oye say, okoshe NDC for, de no mo ye na. Na bo mu che Ghana for, sebio, ye mu dodo no, yen sua dia yen tie no krenti, or say, oh, under omo aba mu na, and the foreigners to be register Ghana card, obwa. Nama American wankasa, or say wanka foreigners. Na sata mumu issue the instant card. Now instant card, no, you are not paying, no, you are paying for the services. You are not paying for the card. In the time na John Mahama was no, so open instant card, you pay for the services you get. Mahmoud Bawumia na Ghana so digitalization the yati krom ha na NDC for status omo register foreigners ma omo foreigners card ma omo tua de foreigners fee and asasika na ebo o se bebo this is a year NDC 2014.
With effect from March this year, Ghanaians who register with the National Identification Authority will have their Ghana cards issued on the spot.
In an interview with GBC 24, the head of public affairs, Ms. Bertha Jeble, explained the aim is to fast-track the process to ensure that all persons living in Ghana, both nationals and non-nationals, have modern ID cards with all security features intact.
January last year, foreign nationals in Ghana began a mass registration which ended in August. A foreign national who has lived in the country for 90 days or more in a given year is required by law to register for a non-citizen Ghana card. Members of the diplomatic community are, however, exempted from registering. With the compilation still ongoing, our news team was unable to get a comprehensive list of registered foreigners. But the head of the public relations of the NIA, Ms. Bertha Jeble, admitted that there was a challenge because of the $120 fee charged for registration and issuance of instant cards.
That argument, not only for persons from the ECOWAS sub-region, but also there been complaints for children who are 6 years students and also spouses of Ghanaian nationals. They've all said that they shouldn't be made to pay the same fee. These fees were approved by Parliament. So in order to change it, we have to go around and do the discussions again. And so we have kickstart that discussion.
According to Ms. Jeble, a resident permit only allows a foreigner to live, work or go to school in the country over a period of time or permanently. She said the resident permit cannot be a substitute for the Ghana card, adding that all foreign nationals would be required to produce their non-citizen Ghana card before they are issued with a resident permit or its renewal by the Immigration Service after the mass registration ended on 30th August last year. Foreigners will not be allowed to register SIM cards for telephones, open bank accounts, acquire driver's license, or even have access to essential services in the country when the act is enforced.
Because all of these transactions preceded the national identification, people have been doing business without it. Now the law has been passed by Parliament of Ghana and it is a requirement. All these institutions are to demand the Ghana card before they offer services, not to only foreign nationals but to Ghanaian citizens. It was because that, as I said, we've not completed issuing ID cards to everybody. That's why the enforcement has not started, but we are starting it now.
On safety, Ms. Jeble said measures have been put in place to ensure safety and privacy of data collected. She said since the registration is a continuing process, people can register at their district and regional offices. She said from March this year, Ghanaians will also receive their cards instantly, just like the foreign nationals, but at a subsidized fee of 25 Ghana cedis.
At March, we're expanding, we're working towards expanding our contract with our private partners to bring equipment and so that we can do the instant issuance.
So far,
Mema Bawumia njina baby a ochina se Mahamudu Bawumia be jina TV so eka about digitalization ya chini baby a be born slap se NPP Mahamudu Bawumia e be jina TV so ochina na obie na no ka digitalization asem na Oma Ghana for dwen say he owns digitalization Ghana card dien baby a be chini baby bono obedi slap Now me be kyerɛ ma de kro anti Bawumia de mahama ye no onti ase. Me start here me say obi be a digital infrastructure, digital application. The digital infrastructure any dem de kyerɛ mo no NCA office, Accra Digital Center, a fiber optic cable, any cell lights Mahama seen or Ghana. Digital applications, any applications now, build and the two and so data center and the government to government, government to business, government to citizen. And tina abang office abang office din komo send their emails, send their scanned copies of documents, and a banks their digital check, credit card, ATM, a momo. Enti ni nyina no John Mahama wie no de saa nyoma ni nyina no esi data no so enti infrastructure no na e hold nyoma no na e den cable no e pick sensors no na all send information ne bremo moma enkotie Mahmudu Bawumia on digitization saa interview we mu bebre mu hweye na muntie ne level of reasoning when it comes to digitization. This is Mahmudu Bawumia.
Key to all the things you mentioned is leadership. One step forward, it always feels like one step forward, 4 steps back. How do we do this on a consistent basis?
I think you are you've touched on a very important point, because it's important that you have leadership, selfless leadership, because for what I've been looking at this whole issue, why we've taken so long, 60 years after independence, to really address some of the fundamental issues that I've been talking about, the systems, why we've lived with all these problems for so long and not really had that leadership to solve these problems. Our leadership has tended to focus on crisis management. Successive governments is like, oh well, oil prices have gone up, you have a crisis, commodity prices, and political instability, macro instability. That seems to be the focus, crisis management. We've not looked, leadership hasn't focused on the underlying system that drives economic activity. And so when you look at this question, you need to think about the future. For the politician, generally, the horizon is so short. You are in office for 4 years. And if you don't put the country ahead of your own political exigencies, you will do what gets you elected, right? I'll build the bridge and I can point to a bridge, or I'll build a road and I can point to a road. And so you are in that type of mode of economic development. But if you have to put in the systems for digitization, that infrastructure is soft infrastructure. You're building a national ID card, you're building a digital address system, you're doing all sorts of things that may not be visible, but is much more important.
You see, Bawumia is a liar. Almost Bawumia is a liar. He is saying, digitalization, you have to do what? You have to build the systems. What are the systems? Or say African leaders in Guinea Kwechi, Omoba, Power na no mope, Omon Guinea systems, no, Obi in 2012. Obi in 2012, we see infrastructure. What the fiber optic cable for the whole Ghana. Your data is secured. While starting your Ghana card, or all the government agencies at to a platform e-services. So what here? Won't mean building one infrastructure when it comes to digitization. You have a problem with that person. Oh, Zakwawi, he is mentally not straight. Oh, so he could not give any answer, because he has not contributed to digitalization in Ghana. He has not invested in it. He is basically, what he's doing is app. Also, we have updated this app. When you update an app, you have not built or invested in infrastructure. You have not built and invested in digitization. So this guy could not even answer the question. So when he goes out there and he's claiming digitization, when you are claiming digitization, show me what you have done. Digital wise when it comes to application, and digital wise when it comes to infrastructure. These two, if you are not able to point to one, you are mad. You are not supposed to be somebody we listen to. You don't understand the job. So be from 2009, we say a building a digital card, a digital Ghana card. We say the fiber optic cable from 2012. We say a data center. We say the government agencies in business, any government to be a Juma boom, we build a platform to put all of them there working effectively. Now that I want to work as systems, what systems are you talking about? What systems are you talking about? You are calling infrastructure, say soft infrastructure. You are crazy. You don't understand the digitization. Bawumia is or you cooked bofro or you cooked momone. Bawumia is empty. Mesema Amudu Bawumia. How did you come to know Bawumia? Yes, you're an economist. Yes, see on the sika hunsem any or mind bo hunsem ena into about politics. And into MPP for the Free Bank of Ghana. And then end the Bawumia digitization. And then the Bawumia on Besobeka economy wasam because he has failed. He's not smart. He's not intelligent. Or do you say Jimmy? He is coming to come and talk digitization. Abra, before he got into politics, people have taken initiative to start building our digitalization sector, no, or our digital revolution. No. John Mahama mwa starting. Me say ochina oba TV so. Na so be bien anoka digitization because hey, stay there, stand there. Digitization. What do you mean by digitization? Cable, fiber optic cable layer, and they to me send the text away. You are talking about an app you have built, or you are talking about digitization and Ghana card, because the people who lay the fiber optic cable, no, and say you to me moving every government institution and businesses onto a platform. This is your guy who wants to lead. This is the Bawumia. Endra Motin in Semi Obekai before I pick calls.
To hear what I will do by God's grace if elected as the next president of Ghana. My vision is built on the same philosophy, but pursues some different paths, which I believe will make our nation great and strong. Join me and let's together get Ghana moving.
Onwende. I say, Onam Ekufuado, obey you see the same philosophy, different path. Or confused. Now I say Ekufuado philosophy, no. Philosophy you and Ekufuado built for 8 years. Sanka papa with your supporter, and can you take a different path? Wait, Jimmy for. You built a philosophy with Ekufuado. You came in with Ekufuado, built a government, built a philosophy. Why are you leaving his philosophy to go create a new path? Because you have helped Ekufuado to destroy this country. Because your leadership, Ekufuado trusted you. Ekufuado thought, sir, unim nyansa. Krono na oboma akufo emani kwa ya redenomination. Not just obe tuma yebi amano. Na na onim sa krono ne krono obi de free America be yema o na enye wa. Into the vice president ma no, omuja economy nya no say wo na onim nyansa. Now you have run this economy into the ditch. You are turning around to tell us new path. I na wo no. I say dia kekedru tuawo. Me twan watch na me. The Loud Silence Media team, we are waiting for you tomorrow. I'll come tomorrow. Every single word you will say, maybe cheche match Ghana for. Atrobia obetwa no chinebia no, I will let Ghanaians know. Never go close to digitization. And the Ghana for nyine me ekobedu mete ha ochina. I am waiting for you. Mahmoud Bawumia, myself and my team, every single person on Loud Silence TV, we are waiting for you with the facts. You be to near the akekedura shemu. Onye ni papa on kanokre. You are not supposed to come close to any power in Ghana. Assemblyman Koniso Obahon, you are a liar. You have dragged Ghana. You have declined Ghana. You have retrogressed Ghana for about 50 years. You are a disease. You are a liar who does not deserve to go close to our Jubilee House. Mahamudu Bawumia, me brewase. I'll let your own mother, I'll let your own family see you and spit on you until you change your ways and become a good Muslim who speaks truth. You will not have space in Ghana politics. After this short break, I'll pick calls and end the show. You're still watching with all due respect, extended version.
Obi for do for video social media so
story a otisi sia no a platform I friend PENDREAM TV and I uti story no na feedback we hear and story our no any story be our platform needs to be our tia or pese my feedback no fafa WhatsApp message or WhatsApp number 0277128777 na yebebo e wo PENDREAM FM Ghana for nyina ate wonka
Debi kama mamena PENDREAM TV ase na so far so good say open online portal e wo Ghana nipa share nipa follow nipa comment here to my best of knowledge without any biases PENDREAM TV